Hey there everybody, we're sitting in this room trying to get some people to play us. Mana Mastery has been running really well, actually. I'm really impressed with the slightly tweaked build with that one Sphinx in there, and I cannot remember his name at all, but we are playing Surf now, so we don't need to think about him at all. We don't even need to think about that guy. We have an opponent to face. It's the Sphinx that takes somebody's life total to 10, though. He's actually come in pretty handy. I don't love him in this hand. I'm not super happy with this, but I can get a green and then I can mana ramp, so we're going to keep it. We'll drop that down there and say, take your turn. This guy's running a 60, so I'm actually very excited to be taking on this opponent. There's some good times right here. We've got a 60. Oh, interesting. I have not seen this matchup yet. So this could be something. I don't know. We'll have to see how this goes. I really would like to get a blue, but it looks like I'm going to have to get double white when I cultivate, because I want to be able to have the Day of Judgments on tap right now. I would also love to have P-Bolt, just because that gets so tricky against this Exalted deck, but I don't think that's really going to make much of a difference when I have these on tap. His pro guys aren't very, they're kind of good later on because a lot of my dudes take multiple mana types, so his pro abilities are actually pretty nice. For instance, that guy's pro black and that guy's part black, so it's not really going to help us too much. We will go ahead and let's actually just cultivate. I'm going to go ahead and get one island out of this, to be honest with you. I'll get that. I will obviously get the one plains, but I just want to have all 5 colors up and showing by my next turn. It also allows this to drop, and then we can hopefully draw something that's going to speed this up a little bit, because there are a lot of dudes that he's going to be playing, which is one of the reasons why I kind of wanted Day of Judgment, but since he's only going to be attacking with one creature each turn, Prophetic Bolt's going to be amazing, since at instant speed I'll be able to destroy it before it hits me. So pretty much he'll have a dead turn where he just plays something and then attacks in and doesn't do any damage. I do need to be kind of careful though of how I play this, because this can get kind of out of hand if I let it. We're gonna have to let him trigger his attacks. He'll play a guy, another guy. So he's playing out. He's a little overextended here, if you ask me. He's going to attack with the 2-1. That's going to go off. We're going to go ahead and kill it and draw, hopefully, a plains. I might just grab the plains here so I can just board wipe. That's the play. I think he's got a dead turn. We'll go ahead and board wipe this turn, and he'll never see the second one coming by a long shot. Now, he could have played the 5/5 that's going to kill one of his dudes every turn, but you have to keep in mind that he has all these guys over there that are going to be swinging in for 5 themselves, so we'd still be getting bashed before we could really get that guy going. They would only be swinging in for 4. That probably would have been the play 2. I really don't have a problem with what I did because I'll actually be able to play that guy relatively soon. I think I'm only 1 land drop away from doing that, so I'm not too broken up about it. We are definitely slowing him down right now to the point where we'll be able to stabilize and get a win. I mean, this Mana Mastery deck is just awesome. I really, really like it. I think it's really powerful. That card's pretty interesting, just to show it to you guys. If he has a creature, we can't kill him, basically. But once we get rid of his creatures, we're able to take him out, just in case you haven't seen that one before. Man, I just have way too many board sweepers. That is ridiculous. Go ahead and drop this guy and take him down to 10 and put him on a 2-turn clock. That is just unfair. You guys were so right. That card is amazing in this deck. I will be the first to admit that I discounted him early. Let's go ahead and learn his name. Magister Sphinx, that's what he is. But I really screwed up by underestimating that card. So this is kind of a problem. We're going to have to sack a guy. Huh. Can't use my P-Bolt. I don't really have any removal that I can use. That's not fantastic. I could P-Bolt and then... let's attack, because most likely I'm going to get the attack in here. He's not going to block if I'm betting, because when he attacks in, we have to sack our guy. So we'll go to 4. That guy's attacking in for 7 next turn. I could just P-Bolt him and hope to draw something. Let's go ahead and crack this. Why not? He's at 5. He's really sad that he didn't block now, and we can always just grab the other P-Bolt back and then just kill him, so that's not too bad. Except now we can't do non-combat damage to him, which is kinda sad. That is the worst. Damn it. Alright, I think it's time for us to get our guy back, but this is one of the things that I've been worried about, is that now we have to make our life total go to 10, because we are not going to give him any life. Not by a long shot. So that kind of sucks. We could also just kind of sit here and chill. That might actually be the play. I can kill pretty much anything he lays with the Prophetic Bolt. I don't want to bring him back up to 10. That might be just what we do, though, considering that he just doesn't have anything for us right now. I could always just take myself down to 10. I think this is the play. We'll just go ahead and grab the cards that we need. White card, we'll get that guy. Blue card. I don't think we have any black cards in there. Yep, that's what I thought. And we'll grab that as well. That's going to grip us up to 7, and we will go ahead and say go. We're 3 turns out from winning, 2 turns out from winning now, so it's just, this deck is just sick. I mean, these are not really high-tension games because there's not a lot of things that anyone can do to you. Like, you just sit here and you win when you play this deck. Especially this particular build. Like, I love this build. Yeah, I gotta go ahead and take myself down to 10. Not the best, but none of his removal can affect that guy since he only has Doomblade, so that's kind of nice. I could make him a 7/7 too, which would be silly. It wouldn't really do anything for me, but he played this really well, actually, to be honest with you. I mean, he was laying all the proper cards, you know. He got this guy down, but there's nothing he can do. He's got no cards in hand and nothing on the field. We're going to swing in and take him to Steven Lethal! Right in his face. This deck is just a beast. Like, I think this is the build, you guys. I think this is the build for this deck. I think this is how we should run it. It's just getting wins non-stop right now. I think we're going to try one more. We're going to play test one more time, but so far the only decks that this is losing to are the mill. So, I mean, if you're seeing a lot of this in the metagame, which I haven't really ran into too many mirror matches anymore, but if you're seeing a lot of it, mill will be the cheapest way to go about taking it out. There's a little bit more finesse wins you can do with some of the other decks, but mill is the easiest way to take this deck out. But for right now, I don't see anybody taking this on. Like, it is just bulldozing people. It is astounding how good this deck is, especially this build. I think that this is the way to run this deck. Really, really light on the creatures, tons and tons of removal. There's not too many hands that I'm worried about, and the fact that I draw so well with this deck is just crazy to me. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We will do one more playtest with this deck, and then I am locking in this 60. We're going to lock it down. We're going to do a real quick deck tech. I'm going to explain wholeheartedly 100% why every card is in and why every card is out. So we'll go over all 90 of them, because there's only 90 in these. But we'll go over all 90 of them, and we'll talk about them, and then from there, we'll just take it online and probably run 4 or 5 matches with it, just like a week's worth of videos, and just see how she does. We're also kind of closing in on the Dimir stack as well. I'm getting really happy with how that is running as well. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you next time.